Daft Punk is one of my favorite musical groups of all time. I often forget just how much they've influenced me musically. I first heard about the band when they released their album Discovery in 2001, with the disco-infused hit One More Time winning me over. I could do an entire video about this album and all the great music videos that went along with it. I kept up very heavily with Daft Punk during this point in their career, and this was a time when the internet was still fairly new, believe it or not, and on-demand information about bands you really liked was pretty scarce. But finally, in 2005, Daft Punk would release the follow-up to the highly successful Discovery with an album called Human After All. Upon its release, this album was quickly panned by critics as a dud. Some Daft Punk fans don't even know that this album exists, but it was one music video off this album that really disturbed a lot of people. Stick around if you'd like to delve more into the music video that Daft Punk does not want you to see. This is Dancing with Ghosts. In March of 2005, Daft Punk dropped Human After All, the follow-up to their highly successful and critically acclaimed album Discovery. Discovery was seen as a fun, lighthearted dance record, but Human After All had noticeably darker, more repetitive song structures. It was almost as if the band were trying to put you in some kind of robotic trance and reprogram your brain. Barry Walters of Rolling Stone went on to say, quote, "The duo generally repeats rather than elaborates its riffs," end quote. In fact, this record could have severely damaged Daft Punk's career. It was only until the band started doing live mashups of songs from this album with their more popular songs off their old albums that fans started to reconsider Human After All. In 2007, Daft Punk released a live album that debuted at #1 on the US dance charts and went multi-platinum. But let's get back to 2005. The song that most people recognize off this album is the track Technologic, which in its own right also has a fairly creepy music video, but it paled in comparison to the music video for the song Prime Time of Your Life. This was the video that really bothered people. I'm going to try to format this video in such a way as to avoid YouTube's copyright police, so please bear with me. The video opens up with a talking skeleton. As the camera zooms out, we see a little girl watching television. As the child starts flipping through the channels, all the people on the screen are living skeletons. The child then gets up and starts looking at some pictures on her dresser. As the child looks at the pictures, the scenes come alive as the child relives the memories in the photographs. She's handed a necklace and poses. As the camera pans across the other pictures, we see the child jumping rope with her skeleton friends, and she is seemingly overweight in the picture. This is when things get fucked up. The child then goes into the bathroom, takes off her necklace, opens the bathroom drawer, pulls out a razor blade, and begins cutting her hand open, peeling back flesh. She then cuts the skin off her face, peeling it all off. When seeing herself in the mirror, she faints and, seemingly, dies. Her parents, who are clearly not skeletons, rush into her room to discover her on the floor. As the camera pans again across the dresser of photos, we see all the skeletons are now people, and the picture of the child jumping rope is now at a seemingly healthy weight. The video finishes with a video of the child joining her friends in what I'm assuming is a fantasy, to where she too is now a skeleton. This music video is pretty disturbing and is clearly speaking to the mental illness of body dysmorphic disorder. This is a mental illness where the sufferer obsesses about some perceived physical flaw, so much so that they avoid social situations, which is why in this video we see the girl in her room watching TV instead of with friends or family. With most pre-random access memory era Daft Punk songs, most of their lyrics can be boiled down to about 1 or 2 lines. This song is no different. The lyrics literally read, "Prime time of your life, now live the prime time of your life," with other words being thrown in here or there. My point is, With such vague lyrics, many different interpretations can be extrapolated from a Daft Punk song. And clearly the director of this video, Tony Gardner, wanted to touch upon the body dysmorphic disorder issue in one of the most creepiest ways possible. It's not just the concept itself though, it's the way the video was shot. The filters that are used really make this look like an old VHS tape that you might uncover in your parents' closet. Maybe some dark family secret that they never wanted anyone to find out about. Also, the set design. By the looks of this child's bedroom, you can tell she has caring parents who probably live in a nice home in the suburbs. Suburban life, of course, is often portrayed as this clean, wholesome existence where children definitely do not fillet themselves with a razor blade in their bathroom. This video takes all the norms of what we as a society see as good and turns them upside down in a very dark and visceral manner. You're supposed to look fondly at old family photos, not think to yourself, I'm not good enough, I need to die. But that's the other uncomfortable truth we are faced with in this video, because deep down we know that these kind of things do happen in loving homes to children with good upbringings. This is another reality that we try to ignore. And the fact that this video has made me feel all these emotions, by definition, tells me that this is in fact a great piece of art. Unfortunately, however, it seems the Daft Punk camp doesn't want this kind of content to be part of their image anymore. This is the only music video missing from Daft Punk's YouTube page. Warner Music France is the only page that hosts this video, and the comments are conspicuously turned off. I feel like this is kind of a cop-out though for Daft Punk. As a duo that is constantly pushing the boundaries of video and music, why shy away from content that deals with mental illness? I get that since the release of the hugely successful Random Access Memories album, Daft Punk is in a higher musical echelon, and maybe they just don't want to be associated with anything mildly controversial, hence the disabled comments. At the end of the day though, Daft Punk are true visionaries, and who am I to say what they should or shouldn't do with their careers? I just wanted to make this video to highlight a point in their career where they got super dark and then tried to make everyone forget that it ever happened. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like, share, comment, and ring the notification bell. And until next time, have a good rest of your night.